raise the sails again, watching for the whales again, and never have to say, I wish that I had done the things that I can't do when I'm too old to play.
We left you last time here at Acoustic Harbor, getting ready for an early morning canal run. Well, we're motoring toward the Cape Cod Canal after leaving our anchor at 4:30. And it's all gray and blowy out, but it's not the hurricane, it's just local weather.
Yeah, I don't know. It's still saying on the forecast wind 2 miles an hour. And this
we're having wind out of the east at 10:15 at least, 4:30 in the morning. What's our speed over there? 8.5. And we're just getting going. Well, it's 6 a.m. and we're in the canal and blasting along at 8.5 knots.
Yeah.
Trying to get away from tropical storm Elsa, blasting up the coast. And the more north we get, the better we are. So our plan right now is to shoot out this canal and then turn north for at least Plymouth and maybe something a little further. The open sea at the other side of the canal. Not yet 6:30?
Yeah.
All right, we must be making tracks.
That's right.
So we've got waypoints in for Situate, which is 27 miles away, at Gloucester, which is 48. Again, trying to run north away from the track of Tropical Storm Elsa.
Oh, nice to be able to say tropical storm instead of hurricane now.
Yes.
Yes.
That is a plus. Right now we are motor sailing, mostly motoring north towards Situate, Massachusetts. It is just a snotty bunch of little waves out of the northeast that just sap your speed. You end up going up and down more than you go forwards.
Yeah, but the sun is coming out. Time to put on sunglasses.
At least there's that. At least there's a bit of sunshine. So we've got the main up here to steady us at least, and we get a little speed if we kind of angle off course a bit.
I put in a vote that the wind change direction between 1 and 3 p.m.
Well, that's a pretty specific vote.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. Well, to add to our miseries, the wind has really quit, and there's a current against us. On the plus side, we've decided to go into Plymouth. So instead of having to endure this for 20 more miles, it's only 4.5 miles. So, Muriel is feverishly hooking the mooring right now. This is one of those days I wish I was somewhere else. I mean, it could be a lot worse, but it's just not fun.
Well, there is the buoy celebrating our arrival.
You turn the corner. You turn the corner.
Yes.
But we still have a long way to go. Plymouth is way over there, about 4 miles or so. I think it's 5 by the way we have to go. We just got to this Gurney Point here, coming up this way, rounded that buoy. Now we've got it snaking back to there. It's not a pretty day here, but we've made it into Plymouth.
Tell we're in Plymouth because I can see the Mayflower there. I think that's a sure sign that there's some pilgrims around here.
Throttle back. Button. Key. Perfect. As I showed you before, Plymouth is way down here, behind this bar, and these little shallows,
And the white part, that's the only part that's passable for ships, and that gets really tiny in here. Any of these passageways. So
yeah, they must have had an interesting time getting in here. Well, Muriel, we're gonna go ashore finally, and I don't even have to row. How are you? Thank you. Muriel, are you getting that wobbly feeling walking on the land for the first time in
A little bit. I'm kind of going
days?
like this. You
You
know?
don't feel like you're still on the boat?
Yeah. No, I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty well. My feet are landing on the ground one after the other.
I like that kind of still on the boat thing.
You do.
Yeah.
It's kind of like after the concert, you know, where you still have that little bit of concert high.
No, it's not like that at
No,
all.
it's not.
It's like getting off the boat and walking on dry land, but you still feel like you're on the boat.
Yes.
So enshrined in those columns is Plymouth Rock. Well, Muriel, we are here at the Rock. And I was worried that maybe it wasn't the rock, it was just some rock, you know, but it appears there's a date on it, and I think that conclusively proves that this is the rock.
Right.
Well, Muriel, should we swap one boat for another? What do you think?
I don't know, this one seems like a bit of a handful to operate, but I have heard that if you give $1 million donation, you can take it out.
I think I'll stick with Avocet. Yeah.
It's just done 3 years of renovation on this, so we did it at a good time.
Really, 3 years?
The way that the pilgrims do this is they want to smack into Cape Cod, which is like the arm it is, smack into Cape Cod, then sail south of Cape Cod to get to Hudson River Valley, and that is where they actually have their land patent and have purchased their territory. But because they arrive in November, they're not able to get past that southern arm of the Cape, so they instead go north and inside the arm until they reach here in Plymouth. But that's what most English people do. You hit Cape Cod and then you either sail north up to Maine and the Kennebec River or south to Jamestown.
And when we were sailing in here, we noticed that there's a lot of shallow spots, a lot of treacherous areas. So how did they negotiate that?
They don't even try to bring it in the full way. And what they do instead is they have their shallop, which we have just off board,
Right.
and they sail/row the rest of the distance from Mayflower to the land.
This deck would have held 102 people, plus their belongings, including their livestock, chickens, dogs, hogs and sheep. Oh, yeah.
Man, that would have been crowded.
That boat was down below in pieces as well.
We also learned that these bright colors here were not just decoration, but so that they can be spotted and identified at a distance.
Are some dead eyes and lanyards.
This is the captain's quarters.
Oh, and there's the navigation tools. And the wheel was invented what year again?
So around 1710 is the first written records we have it.
So how much energy did it take to move this whipstaff?
It's not difficult to do, but it's like driving a manual transmission. Once you figure it out, it's easy.
Below where he's standing looks like this, with the whipstaff connected to the end of a long, massive tiller.
Multiple variables to take into consideration.
Yeah, but in those boats I can see the horizon, whereas here
Oh, I can see the horizon. I can see through these two little windows. I can see the front of the ship. So,
well, it's starting to rain a little bit.
Yeah,
First little wisps of the tropical storm Elsa coming.
perhaps.
So we're gonna sort of see the sights on our way back to the dock. Look at this. When was the last time you saw 45s for sale?
I'm looking
Jeez.
for Chet Atkins here. I'm looking in the A's.
And when I was a kid, they had these fake cigarettes with powdered sugar that if you blew out through the cigarette, this little puff of smoke came out, and adults really got freaked out when they saw little kids
Oh, yeah.
looking like they were smoking cigarettes. This store is a throwback.
This reminds me of Ma and Pa's candies in Downers Grove. I remember all the penny candies, and we would come in here and spend so long just choosing just the right candies. Sometimes we had 15 cents.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We came in here for a mouthful of warm chowder, but ended up getting an earful and an eyeful of network storm porn. But we did learn that the storm track had moved north and would pass directly overhead.
Oh, we just heard 50-mile-an-hour winds tomorrow. I don't imagine you'll be working much of the day tomorrow.
I think they're shutting down the harbor, so I think no one will be here yet.
Yeah.
Well, it's our last sort of calm moments before Elsa gets here. I've got 2 lines on Where's Andy. I got the sail cover lashed. I've
got 3 lines on the mooring ball instead of just the one that the mooring comes with. So, I think we have done what we can do. I love it when it rains outside and it drums on the deck. Elsa turned out to be a lot more bark than bite, which was fine with us. Yeah, blue skies smiling at me, nothing but blue skies. Well, I do see a few clouds, but it's coming. God, I need sunglasses. It's marvelous. Wee-haw! And just like that, the harbor was back to its old self. Oh, and that's going to be dinner. I saw these 2 guys preparing their boats to go out fishing and asked them if we could hang on their mooring tomorrow since ours was going to expire. But they said no. However, that interaction did have some dividends later on, as you'll see next week. In the meantime, I'll leave you with this song from Muriel, Summer Morning Rain.